Hey, AfterBuzzers. If you didn't know, it's Kevin Undergaro, the executive producer of AfterBuzz, along with my partner, Maria Menounos.
Hi, everybody.
And Maria and I, as you know, have put so much time and money into the AfterBuzz TV product and really haven't seen a lot in return.
Nope, not yet.
But one of the ways you guys can actually help us is by tuning into our new reality show, Chasing Maria Menounos. It premieres Tuesday, March 18th, 10 o'clock, 9 p.m. Central, and features me and Maria basically bickering, fighting.
No, it's not just bickering and fighting. You get an inside look into my life, behind the scenes.
You'll also get a behind-the-scenes look at AfterBuzz.
It's really funny. It's not just bickering, and it's not fake either. So that's actually something
no.
to think about.
It's definitely not fake. But please tune in to Chasing Maria Menounos on Oxygen, Tuesday, March 18th at 10 p.m. All of your support will help AfterBuzz because Maria certainly won't.
So rude.
You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Black Sails After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Black Sails After Show.
Meow, meow, meow.
Wait for it. Hey, AfterBuzzers. How's it going? What's up? Welcome to Black Sails, episode VII or 7 or VII.
I gave it an extra I in my head.
You gave it an extra I. We're on episode 7 of AfterBuzz Black Sails. Here to recap today, I'm your host, Ryan Hooks.
And guys, I'm Roya Taheri.
I'm getting there.
Oh, you paused really long.
I paused to listen to the music.
That's awkward.
I had to move Roya to the other side of the table today because she was whining last week.
I was not whining. You were reading my notes, okay?
I was not reading her notes.
She wasn't whining.
It's cool. It's fine.
Thank you.
To my left today, joining the panel, Mr. Monis Rose.
Hey, what's going on?
To my left, Mr. Lem Gonsalves.
What up? I'm by Roya. Hi.
Hey, to my far left.
Roya Taheri.
Hey.
I'm going to cut you off every time you're about to introduce someone.
Hey, Miss Roya.
Taheri.
And in the booth, dropping that beat.
Roya Taheri.
Roya Taheri. Steven's in the booth today. We got Roya out on the table again tonight.
That sounds really anyways.
You're not in trouble again, but you are to the other side of the table.
That's fine because I feel like we're going to have disagreements in this episode, so it's probably safe for you to be over there.
Let's talk about this week's episode.
I feel like we're going to be mediators today.
Hey, that's okay.
You're in the middle so we don't fight each other.
Right. Hold back.
Vane style.
Right.
Absolutely.
Hey, so what did you guys think of this week? Roya, what did you think?
I liked it.
Better than other weeks or less
No,
than other
I'm
weeks?
just... I have one word to still say.
Give me one word. Go.
Billy. Still, but...
So, no Billy Bones this week, but lots of talk of Billy Bones this week, which is nice.
Yeah, but it's no Billy Bones.
It's not the same.
It's no arms.
I did get a different body part instead.
You got two different. You got two flashes of.
But one was better with Vane. The other one was kind of disappointing. Anyways, I just sound
the whole
perverted.
situation sounded disappointed to everyone involved. I think.
For you guys too?
Not for me. For Max, or not for Max. For Ambani.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was disappointing for everybody this week. We'll just make innuendos and we won't say what's going on.
Yeah.
For real. Lem, what did you think this week?
I liked it. I think that I wish we could have seen Billy Bones actually instead of just the talk about him and the body parts as we said. But I like the way the direction is going. You can tell that it is gearing up for
building. There's a climax coming.
As exactly. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Done, Manas.
This episode, everything is really the cat's out of the bag in this episode. I feel
the cat. You say the cat?
Yeah, it's the cat.
Oh, okay.
Randall's
yeah,
cat.
Randall's cat. Betsy is really out of the bag. I mean, everyone's really spilling their guts, spilling their beans of what's going on. For, as the preview showed, pretty much showdowns in all directions, all fronts.
Everyone seems to know what's happening and starting to get all the pieces put together for the big picture.
Absolutely.
Roya, back to you again. What did you think?
No, I forgot. I wanted to mention the camera angles in the entire episode were amazing. They all had, it was in your face, it was there. Some of them had low angles, high angles, and then also costume was, I noticed a lot in this episode.
Really?
Yes.
Or lack thereof for certain characters.
Well, they really had a lot of sunspots. There was always sunspots. Like when the episode opened up, you saw the sun coming in, the rays of light coming in, and it ended pretty much before we saw Vane. It ended with the sunspots. A lot of sun, this ray of light, like hope maybe in the horizon.
And only when like it was a good guy that was talking, you would see the rays. But also the costumes were the colors. You didn't see Eleanor in red before. Now she's in a red, and red is the symbolism for a different color. I didn't research what it was, but I didn't have a chance to. It means something. And then Max is in blue.
Yeah.
And then we see Gates in kind of a yellowy coat. We usually just see him in his white, color.
His white t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly. Dirty,
shirt,
whatever
dirty
color
pirate
that could
shirt.
be. And then who else was wearing? And then Mr. Scott was wearing different colored pants. Kind of half white, half red pants. So
which is a big contrast from last week, I think, because as TJ said when he was in here, all the things last week were at nighttime. The entire episode happened at night. There was no day shots, so everything was really staged. Where I think this week had a lot, very fluid feel to it because of the fact that they had daylight and could use that natural lighting as they were filming different things.
Hence the sunspots.
Yeah, hence the sunspots. Because then when they're turning and rotating around actors and in motion and stuff, they're getting these sunspots.
What did you think?
I liked it. I like where things are going. I like the buildup that we're getting. I felt like there was just something that was missing from me this week that just wasn't there, and I really maybe that's what it was. It wasn't hardcore enough for me.
We got a shot at some lesbians. We did get that. Just
I did like when Max smacked a bitch. So
yes,
I'm gonna say that.
I think the term's hoe, right?
I actually wrote down whore actually, but this is a family show, isn't it? Starz.
Family show.
No, not at all. So it's cool. Before we get into too much more, I want to give a couple quick shout outs to all these fine folk, all these fine folk in the world.
Roya Taheri?
Yeah, I want to shout out to Roya Taheri on the far left.
Thank you.
No, first off, I want to give a shout out to Ryan Burns, guy I've been talking with a lot on Twitter.
Hey, thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. He runs the Wikia page. So he's actually been filling in some gaps for me on the things that I'm talking about that I maybe don't know.
You guys are working together?
He's dropping me some names. So last week, the character that we referred to as Woman is actually Emmy, and she showed up again this week. That was the slave girl that was involved with the escape plan, and also gave us Albinus's name a couple weeks ago when we didn't know who he was. So he's been helping us, in that aspect. So thanks to him. And also, I got contacted this week by a guy by the name of Matt Stone. Matt Stone is a pirate historian who listens to our show, loves our show, loves Black Sails. Thanks for reaching out to us because he dropped some history on me, which really helped put some perspective. So historically, Hornigold actually was a really high command in the New Providence area. It was kind of pinnacle in finding it. And I think that's a big reason he has so much respect because, there's never really anything about his backstory and why he is who he is or anything like that. Because, I mentioned him previously in the thought of maybe a Blackbeard appearance and that aspect, but I never thought about how he was so pinnacle in the development of New Providence, which, explains why he's able to force Eleanor to lift the ban on Vane and things like that. So shout outs to him. Shout outs to Ryan. Thanks, guys, for reaching out to us and listening to the show.
Yeah, we always appreciate it.
Big ups.
Big ups for that. So I want to know right now, is Randall a genius?
I think he is the old version of John Silver. That's my take. I think it's John Silver in 20 years.
So this is what John Silver is going to become when he continues to survive.
If pirating was still going on, but when he got older, yeah, I think that's he would become Randall. Just saying.
Manas, is Randall a genius?
He is. I mean, it adds. At the beginning, I thought it was just going to be the Flint and Silver comedic duo, but now it's building up that the bond between Silver and Randall, yeah, they're pretty much doppelgangers. I highly agree. Just, you're right. Just the age is different, but they're right up there. They're conniving SOBs together, and I think they respect each other for that.
And they both have really bright blue eyes.
So, Lem, is Randall going to get killed?
Oh, you switch up the camera. I was ready to answer. I was like, I got my answer.
Oh, that's way too easy. If I ask you the same question about the review.
Is he going to get killed? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think
play out his career.
I think he's going to play out his career, and I think that going into next, I think he's definitely, his character is building more and more. I think over the episodes, so I think that him getting killed would be a detriment to the show. I'll just put it like that, because I think he's becoming a pinnacle character.
Yes, I think him getting killed would be a detriment. He did lose a leg,
right.
And I only rarely ever say this, if hardly ever. Roya, you were right.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I think my headphones were down low.
Listen,
I don't know.
You can watch it on playback to hear it again, because that's all you're going to get.
Yeah, your predictions from last week were...
According to last week, we were arguing about the other guy getting squished by the ship.
Yeah.
A couple people confirmed that as Flint was helping Randall out from underneath the ship, even though he lost a leg, the other guy did get squished. And so
squished.
He got squished. Yeah.
So I'm what again? I'm sorry, just one more time.
You're going to be in the booth. You don't keep it up. I'll put you all back.
Well, I would still be right. Just saying.
But also, your predictions from last week, you said that we were going to see a lot more Randall, and boom.
It's just I'm hopeful.
So this episode gave us a lot of different things that we have sort of been developing over the past few weeks, and I know that Lem will agree with me, because Lem's a big fan of an ensemble cast.
I am.
So we got a pretty big ensemble cast this week, because we see a larger aspect from Dufresne, and him and DeGroot and Howell and their little plot together against the Randall situation, and the storyline with Silver, and they keep calling him a thief, and they're trying to figure out if Silver really knows the things that he knows and who they can believe. We see that DeGroot, our friend Harry Potter, now has a red tattoo.
Right.
He looks really good with a haircut.
You think so?
Yeah. He looks pretty decent. Yeah. I mean, he's a little whites in the chest because he hasn't had that open shirt thing like he had in the vest.
He doesn't have Billy's buys though.
No, but it will come with the title, I believe.
Yeah, quartermaster.
Dufresne is the new quartermaster, voted on by the people after one pirate battle.
Hey, maybe we all need to chomp on a guy's throat so we can all be quartermaster. That's how you really gain credibility.
I can
think
of no better way to become a pirate quartermaster than to rip somebody's throat out with my teeth.
Vampire style.
That is the way. It is in the rule book. It's my rule book. I looked it up.
Did you? Good. I'm glad, because I would have written it in if it wasn't with this pen.
Right.
So that's one of the major storylines that we get in this week. That Silver is basically trying to convince Randall to not tell on him. Randall keeps calling him a thief. You're a thief. You're a thief.
Right.
And all the other guys that know are debating on, do they tell everyone else? Do they keep it a secret? What does this mean for the crew? What does this mean for the money? What does this mean for everything that they're working towards?
Right.
So I liked how the story in this part was being told, and it was overlapping, because they kept cutting back to Randall and Silver talking, and it was like the exact same things that DeGroot, Dufresne, and Howell were talking about, and it was like, I bet they're saying the same things at the same time, and they're trying to figure out what to do. So they opt to give him a test, which is a little bit biased, but...
What'd you think about that test?
I mean,
I'm just
he
curious.
did make some good points where he's like, I had 3 days to memorize this other map, and you're giving me 5 minutes.
If he was a thief, he would have had time.
Right.
Yeah.
He never admits to being a thief until he actually tells.
Which was really smart.
Yeah, he gives him that. Well, if I'm a thief, just remember I had this much time, and he keeps. He does finally admit to Randall that it happened, and he knows that Dufresne knows because of his ties back to Gates and Flint and how he's been in the cabin with Billy as well. So he knows all that, and Dufresne keeps hoping that nobody puts together that he knows. And later we see that when he's talking to Gates, they don't know that I know, and I'm not going to tell them. They might know, but they don't know. So it was good. I like that they're changing some plot lines, changing some storylines, and Silver's still trying to work his magic.
He is trying to work his magic. But we said before that he really is a smart guy, and he's trying to play like he's not, and you can see more and more that, some of it's catching up to him, but at the same token, he's really playing out his character well, as far as what he's trying to do and what he's trying to accomplish. So I thought it was good. I just didn't understand, like, with the test, like, what they were really trying to gauge. I was trying to figure that part out, but you guys kind of explained it, and thank you so much for that.
Yeah, I think that it worked out well because Randall's still in the crew, which we love.
Right.
But Silver's got to watch him and babysit him now, and he also has to pay for him if he gets injured. And the ship is setting sail, so everyone's okay with everything. And I think this is nice because it's building up to the lies. People are aware of the lies that are being told, so it's going to lead to more and more drama, especially leading up to next week's finale. Because now more and more people are going to say, oh, that story is true when somebody steps up and tells it. but they've all decided to kind of keep their mouth shut because this potential treasure is way greater than anything they could have ever imagined, and to jeopardize it this close seems foolish after all they've been through.
But now is the crew actually going to get this treasure? Is it all going to go to Flint?
Well, Flint did say that he was going to steal some of it for himself, so we'll see what happens with that. They got to get the treasure first.
They do have to.
So I mean, that's the thing is, it's been a few days. They've been working on the ship and sailing out and about, so they need to figure out where to find it, and they need to find it, and then they need to take it, and then they need to get the treasure, and then they need to hide the treasure. So there's still a lot left to do. So I think we're in for an action-packed finale.
Do you think that all is going to happen in next episode?
You know, I don't know if I.
Or you think they're going to leave? Well, I don't want to get into predictions, but they're going to leave something for maybe later.
They're definitely going to leave something.
They have to,
it's not going
Well,
to.
they're all filming. They're filming season 2 right now.
We've guaranteed 10 more episodes.
Oh, it went up to 10
It was originally 10. Usually when it was predicted, right? It wasn't 8.
for the new season or for this one.
No, I'm sorry. This season is 8 episodes.
Right. Yes.
Ends next week. It's episode 8. I heard when they renewed for the season, they were getting 10.
Oh, that's cool. I like 2 extra episodes. I'm happy with that.
They're getting at least 18, if not more. They didn't say officially, but generally when you renew like that, it's at least 10, if not 13 to 20, depending on how much money they're willing to invest. So, we're looking for at least 10 more episodes, which is awesome. We're super excited about.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited. I don't know if you guys are excited. So
we all have beards. We should all be excited.
yeah, this is a bearded
Well, I mean, when we told you could grow yours, we said you'd be fine with that.
Anyways.
Yeah. So
awkward.
Speaking of
Just kidding.
excitement for the season, so next week is a very good potential that we are going to have Mark Ryan back again, joining us on the panel, Gates. It is a very good possibility that we will also have a few other people calling in.
Oh, I was going to say, don't tell him yet.
Oh, that's all I said.
Surprise.
I just said we might have a few extra guests calling in who may or may not be involved in the show and who may or may not be actors and actresses in the show. I'm just saying that's something to look forward to for next week's show. So make sure you come back and check us out. But until then, one thing you can do is you can go on iTunes. You can go on iTunes and you can check us out and you can rate our show.
Please.
Giving us 5 stars is like the coolest thing you can do.
Does that cost money, Ryan?
You know what, Lem? It does not.
What?
Going on iTunes is 100% absolutely free. Downloading over 70 plus shows from AfterBuzz TV, absolutely free. And if you go on today, you can give us 5 stars.
5.
These free 5 stars can help a host in need, can help us reach our dreams.
Please.
And it can help you doing something great for everyone involved.
Yes.
So go onto iTunes.
Please.
Leave us a comment.
Please.
Leave us a 5-star rating. You can also go on our YouTube channel because Roya and I check it like 8 times a week or a day.
And we even comment back and forth to each other.
We comment to each other. So we need more people. I also would like to know if someone would pick a shirt color for me next week. I'm running out of options. But iTunes.
Yes.
That's all we need from you. 5 stars.
Thank you.
No, seriously though. Thank you for tuning in, guys. We appreciate it. Thanks for being here. We love having you. We love talking to you. Keep sending us your input because it really gives us stuff to talk about, and we do the show because we love it, and we love that you love it. So we're in. Now let's talk about smacking a whore.
Yes.
Moving right along.
Oh gosh.
Calico Jack apparently has some problems this week.
Yeah.
He cannot maintain a whorehouse.
And something else. He can't keep it up.
Else.
Maintenance is his key that he cannot handle or maintain.
By the way, did you guys notice the relationship between Bonnie and Jack when they're sitting in the bed and how he's the one tied up?
Yeah.
Completely naked, and she's just taking ownership of it.
Oh, well, he's comfortable with it. I mean, even Bonnie at one point says, "Oh, do you want me to stick something in you?" You know, he's comfortable with some S&M, some pretty stuff.
But it seems like more she was the one with the pants than he wasn't in the relationship. If there's a relationship.
Well, he might wear dresses.
Is there a relationship?
I feel like he at first with the haircut and the glasses and the beard is borderline, Anyway.
AC/DC?
Now, there was a YouTube comment that mentioned that they did have a relationship, like historically, I guess. But they got Anne Bonny got pregnant because she was going to be hung, and so I guess they can't hang people if they're pregnant, which I didn't know. So thank you. I don't remember your YouTube name, but you know who you are. You know.
My question is, though, how can you not be excited with Anne Bonny on top of you? Well,
she's not facing. Does that have an effect? No. With a t-shirt on, doesn't have an effect?
No. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely
Okay.
not. And Bonnie, you can come tie me up
Please.
anytime.
With a freaking tracksuit, and you'd be good to go.
Wear a tracksuit.
Wait, but she was not wearing the hat though. She was not. Maybe
Right.
it was.
Which is awesome. I love that they've kind of like elaborated her character because she's getting more and more dialogue each and every week. And then we're seeing her more in a domineering position. I mean, she's always a very commanding character, even when she was silent, but she's like now showing it verbally and in her actions. I mean, she doesn't need the hat anymore. You know, now that the crew is gone, she doesn't have to like pretend, but she's still this character and this force. And I love that.
I think I know you're saying domineering, but to me, she seems a little softer without the hat. I mean,
And that's what I mean. Like she's still, her character itself has this presence, regardless of the hat or not. And with the hat, she has this feminine quality that, you know, that we haven't seen in her, but yet we still kind of like are afraid. Do we fear her? Do we love her? I mean, what do we want to do with her? We just, there's so much going on that
We want her to tie us up, Ryan. Come on.
I mean, that's
Down, boys, down.
only if there's a whip involved. So we've got these issues though with the whorehouse,
right?
And Jack's ability to maintain the house is really, it's falling apart. And we get some different shots of the different whores talking about how they're scamming off the top, and they're even talking to Max, and they're like, you know, get in while you can still get in, and you know, this is the thing you need to do. You need to steal this. We even have a pretty funny reference to Captain Henry Avery. And she's like, just, you know, don't be Henry Avery because he's famous for having only one successful big score. So this is like the whores have the big score. Like this is what they've been waiting for. And so they're finding ways to scrape off the top. So Max steps in after being told off by one of the girls and sets her in her place, slaps her in the face.
But again, her outfit, did you notice Max was wearing blue?
That nice, beautiful blue outfit.
Did you guys, this is probably going to really take it out of context, but did you see a Belle from Beauty and the Beast look like type thing?
No.
Really? I know. I got that vibe with the cartoon version. That's what I saw when she walked in. She's gonna start singing. But anyways, no. I'm just saying. I'm gonna throw that out there. So if anyone on YouTube noticed it, let me know.
So who else thought then in this scene after she slaps this girl and the girl apologizes and swears that she'll never do it again? Did you think that Jack was gonna offer her a job?
She already works for him.
I'm sorry. Did you think that Jack was gonna offer her a promotion?
No.
I didn't think so either.
Because I felt like this could be the start of a new relationship where now Max is looking for more. She becomes a little bit more in charge, and she's not sleeping with people, but she's controlling all the other whores by putting them in their place.
They've already had a working relationship in a way, because when she first came to him with the map, with the map to the to the ship, they already kind of knew each other in that sense.
Right.
So I don't think this built up anything.
I mean, there's a trust already, and there's a relationship already. But I'm thinking more in the aspect of, hey, listen, Max, I'm sorry. We got you gang raped for 3 episodes. To apologize, I'm going to offer you a promotion where you're getting paid more money, and you are not having to sleep with people.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. Sorry, guys. I hear what you're saying. But at the same time, he also was involved in the whole getting his crew killed. He was a part of that. Right. So he's still pissed off with Anne Bonny for doing that, and I feel Max might know that.
Max, though, knows the inner workings of this whorehouse, which Jack does not. Right. I mean, Jack can continue to be double-crossed and deceived. You know, Max is really his main license in this whole operation that he's running, you know, or that has pretty much fallen into his lap from what Vane did a while ago.
And I don't see him having a heart, like you said, about, you know, offering a promotion. I don't see him doing that because I don't think that's in him to do. I mean, based
that's
on...
not Jack's thing.
I don't think so.
Did you think that's what he was going to do?
I felt like
I feel like we just told him, like, no.
It's fine if you didn't feel that way. Like, I
we
felt
don't agree with you ever.
I feel like he's in a position where he's got a lot going on. He's got a lot on his mind. He's worried about things that are going to happen. He's even got a failing whorehouse, which, you know, that's pretty much impossible. You can't.
Yeah.
Even Anne Bonny brings that up.
Even Anne Bonny brings that up. And then she steps in and basically puts the whore in her place and was like, listen, you're lying. You know, and I feel like he could have been like, oh, I need somebody to help me with this because I can't do this by myself. I don't know what to do.
You know, I feel it's all in his hair, you know, that mullet that he has. You know, he like the business in front is controlling right now. It should be the party. He should be concentrating on the party in the back.
I love that.
Awesome.
I don't think so. I'm going to say no to that. All right.
But yes to the mullet.
But yes to the mullet. And the sideburns.
Right.
That's all. I was just thinking that like that would have been a cool thing to see. But that's okay. So we've got some other good plot points going on in this episode. 2 major ones that we see. Number 1 is the Flint plot. Flint is still on his quest. And I think my favorite scene in this entire episode is when he and Gates are having a heart-to-heart. I don't know if anyone else got in on that, but man, I tell you.
Well, Gates really told him off. I mean,
he did. Gates basically said, "You're lying to these people, and it's bad." And this is did you? He asked him if he killed Billy, which he never answered.
Right.
So he knows this stuff is going on. He's always known everything that's been going on, and he's always covered for Flint, and he's tired of covering for Flint. And he says, "I'm not going to do it, and I'm leaving. I'm going to tell the men now." And he even calls him out on something that I've been saying since episode 1 about, are you trying to be king? Is this what you are looking to do? Is that your goal? That you want to be a king and, that kind of stuff. But he says, I'm going to take some of this money and I'm going to leave. Because he had previously had this talk with Miranda and, he questioned Miranda about the letter that she wrote and why she did it. But it finds, to Miranda, it wasn't betrayal of Flint. It was showing you that there are other options, that we have an escape from this island. We do not have to stay here. We can go, and we can go to Boston. But Flint doesn't want that. He doesn't want to ask for forgiveness. He wants forgiveness to be given to him. And that just shows, like, the depth of his power struggle. And, he's not going to go out quietly.
No.
At all.
No.
Never has.
No.
Or at least what we've seen in the season, he's never done that before.
I do not expect at all in this season, next season, if Flint goes out, it's going to be because Flint's killed, or Flint's going to keep doing what he's doing. Do you agree or disagree? Roya.
What was your question?
Will Flint if Flint leaves the show, will he be killed? Or will he, I'm just asking, do you think...
No, I know.
Do you think he'll peacefully go to Boston? Do you think he'll peacefully go to Boston?
No,
with Miranda.
He's gonna die first because he is so angry when he was talking to Miranda about she mentioned something about he would have wanted you to go. Who is this he that they asked, that we were asking, like the big capital letters? That whatever happened between them to make him despise England, he's not gonna go back. And funny thing is, well, not funny, but history-wise, like he doesn't want to go. Miranda thinks that there's gonna be a war. Like you can't have a war to have a life. You can't do that. When they get to Boston, a few years later, they might have an actual issue.
There's a war of brewing in the land of Boston.
Little does she know.
Which would be perfect place for Flint if he was there. And then this war. I mean, he'd be dead by then. But I don't think they'll make it to that war.
I think Flint's greed is going to take the best of him.
I think so too. Lem.
I'm agree with Roy. I think that he would have to be killed first. I mean, I can't just see him, like you said, based on what we've seen of him. He's not a punk, so he's gonna go out swinging basically if he leaves the show.
Yes.
He's not gonna go peacefully.
If he makes it through season 2,
right?
So yes. So Monis, do you think that of major character deaths that Flint could be our next major character death?
He, I believe, will not. He will not. He will go. We will see his fate probably sometime next season, but not for the season finale. He's going to go out with a bang. He is a pirate. He's lives and breathes being a pirate. Yeah, going to Boston or going anywhere else, he's really, really that's like, oh, let's just go to the suburbs and have a normal life. No, he doesn't want that. He wants
suburbs. Pirate suburbs.
I'm just saying,
right.
And yeah, I honestly feel though, actually Flint, hey, he maybe not killed Billy. Who knows if he's going to do that with the Gates? I mean,
yes, exactly.
Because it's that evil eye, and Flint was giving him that evil eye.
The eye.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about the eye in back of Gates' head. I'm talking Flint's staring death eyes.
Yeah, his tone completely changed once Gate mentioned the fact that he went back and saw the dead bodies. They didn't have any weapons on them on the ship.
Yeah, when he called him out about the Maria Lane, and after he said, I know what you did on that ship. I know you killed those people, and our people got killed because of it.
Did you notice the change in Flint's face when he mentioned that? Sure. Because I asked you last week about Billy and how he changed right before Billy went overboard, and you're like, no, I didn't see anything. And then with the smushing of the boat, there was a face there too.
So Flint's got this evil side to him, basically.
Yeah.
So if you see Flint's face change, run.
And they always go in threes, so there's still a third one. Just saying.
Look out, Gates. You're
Yeah.
back. Good thing he's got an eye in the back of his head.
Well, you can see what's coming.
He can see it coming.
Well, TJ did mention, like that Gates, I believe it's next week, has a very long. He did say he has like a very long monologue.
Yeah, and Mark said that too when he was in.
Okay,
So,
who knows? I mean, maybe Gates is going out with a bang.
I don't know. Billy, come back.
that's why I put you on this side of the table, so I don't have to listen to you whine about Billy.
Billy Bones.
It's okay. So Billy Bones is gone. We've got 2 ships now that are sailing off. We've got all kinds of things going on back in the island as well, because when Flint returns, he talks to Eleanor, and Eleanor tells him all the things that have happened over the last day that he was gone.
The last day.
She's like, listen, there was a riot. We had a council. We lifted this ban. This happened. He goes, oh, well, I missed quite a day then, didn't he? So, and I love the part about when Hornigold is talking with Mr. Scott. And he was talking, he's like, I charged you with controlling her. And basically he's like, there is no controlling her. And Mr. Scott says, no, listen, you embarrassed her in front of people that she wants respect from. You forced her into the situation that you guys are in now. This is equally your fault. And he's calling out Hornigold on it because Eleanor's doing these things because she wants power. She wants to be seen and respected, and this is the only way she knows how to get it.
Yep.
You guys are giving me that evil stare like I'm going to get it.
Oh, the Flint evil stare.
The Flint evil stare. I'm scared.
That's why you're on that side.
That's why I'm over here. I'm safe over here. Do you think that Eleanor and Hornigold are going to have it out in some way coming up?
No, I don't think they're going to have an issue.
You think he's just going to keep letting it go?
Yeah, he seems like a pushover.
Well, he did take Mr. Scott, which I think is more detrimental to Eleanor than anything he could have said or done to her.
Did he take Scott, or did Scott go to him?
Both. But I mean, I'm sure that he didn't offer the position just because he was trying to be generous and kind.
Right. I think he was.
But do you think it was a play on Eleanor though? Him asking him to come over?
A little bit, I think. 'Cause he's playing on her weaker emotions.
Right.
She has emotions for him, and there's very few people she has emotions for and attachment. She hates her father. She works with Flint even though she doesn't trust him, and she knows there's things he doesn't tell her. She admits it in this episode that there are things that he does not tell me that I don't know, but I'm working with him and I'm going to trust that we're in this together. And I mean, we're talking about maybe something with Silver happening, but he's sailing away, so that might not happen.
Well, you saw her reaction when he said that he was going. I mean, she was devastated.
Right, and she was like threatening him, basically because she thought she had power. And as soon as he said, "I'm actually leaving. I've got this position,"
right,
her emotions and feelings immediately changed to this sadness, and so that I think that hurt her more than anything, because in the scene too, right before then, she had basically purchased and or freed several of the slaves and offered them positions in her house, so that she's paying them, and she did it because Scott asked her to, because they were together on the ship and helped him escape and helped the coup on Bryson,
and because he wants to bounce chicka wow wow with the one chick on the boat.
Emmy.
Yes.
Well, Eleanor right now, I feel also though she's alienated herself in a way, and she's lonely. I mean, Silver left her, Mr. Scott is left her, always leaves her, and then now, I mean, Vane, and
Max
Flint.
left her too. So I mean, but she does it to herself. She alienates these people and pushes them away until they actually leave, and then she's devastated when they leave. Like she's surprised that they left.
Well, have you seen her father? I think she's got some daddy issues. Okay.
Well, that's probably why she has such a good relationship with Flint. Then that would explain that.
Oh, that scene between them. Did you guys feel that sexual tension?
Mm-hmm.
It was there. It was there, definitely.
There was the bed that was just laying there, the
there.
wide shot of that, and then all of a sudden he goes, "I'm gonna give you a kiss on the forehead."
Yeah.
Very subtle.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump ahead.
No, that was
but
a
I
very
just-
subtle daddy kiss right on the forehead too.
Oh, I still want to know what Eleanor does with all that rum that she reuses the rum. She doesn't throw it out, I mean, she didn't do it to Flint's rum because he drank all of his, but I want to know what happens.
She resells it.
Oh yeah, she totally resells
She
it.
resells it. That's how she's making that money. It's a recession. It's a pirate recession. You
can never have enough rum.
Right.
Because
Just saying.
quite frankly, when rum is reused, it's even better.
Right. That's what I hear. Like chicken grease.
Right. Yeah. When you refry the grease and then you refry it again.
Exactly.
Oh,
it's better.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is this a cooking show?
I'm sorry. Did you not see the chickens on the boat?
Right.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And the fryer that they have, completely forgot
It all
about
ties
that.
together.
Yeah,
For sure. They
Definitely.
had a fire on the wooden boat to deep fry the chicken.
Exactly.
I wonder how they cooked this stuff on the boat.
The fry.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think they cook. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, they have to. It's raw meat. They can't just eat raw chicken.
Yeah. Especially chicken. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have 2 cooks now. They have Randall and they have Silver. I mean, they have 2 of the best cooks in all of Nassau.
Well, except for Silver doesn't know how to cook pork, but
Right.
you know, whatever.
It's good for you. It's fine. So, I think that to me, the best plot line in this episode would have to be Captain Charles Vane.
Mm-hmm.
Not only do we get to see Captain Charles Vane in all his glory,
Roya.
he also got naked.
Yeah.
That was all his glory because he fought. So he shows
Yeah,
up on this
duh.
island, the island that's near.
Get your mind out of the gutter. Come on.
That's what you were thinking.
Yeah, where are you at on that? So Charles Vane shows up on this island that he says is not too far from their island in Nassau in New Providence, where they've been staging the show, and he goes up and he starts talking to a man who we've seen in a few episodes and who we know to be Albinus. We don't know what kind of relationship he has with them or any of his backstory or anything like that. But he basically says there's this place not too far from here that is just ripe for the taking, that we can go there with limited men, the men you used to sack these other towns previously, and we can take this place. And there's riches and there's money and there's anything you could ever want here, and you don't have to work hard. You're here doing lumber and working hard, and you don't have to do that to get this money. So and the guy's like, I don't need the money. So what angle do you think he's working with Albinus when he goes and shows up?
He wants a crew. But little side note, sorry, I'm going to get to the sidetrack here. The whole setting of that area reminded me of a video game. I don't know if it's War of
Warcraft.
Yes, that one, where like you build an army and like the sound of cutting wood and then you have people go, it just, even the people that are on that island reminded me of the characters in the game too. Anyways, that was a little geeky side note for you. What was your question? There's rum in this. I'm so sorry.
Do you think
Reuse rum. Right.
Recycled rum.
Right.
Do you think that he was playing the right angle with Albinus in terms of getting the crew? Because he's basically talking about all this money, but it doesn't seem like Albinus is into the money.
You don't think he's in? You don't think he's into?
I mean, eventually he agrees because he gives him 1 share for every 3 men that he takes.
Right.
So he's getting 4 shares.
With Albinus, he needs to trust and respect Vane. He's looking for a way, like, how do I know this guy? How do I know this guy? And then suddenly, boom.
Because he gives him his name and he says, I've heard your name. Where do I know you?
And then he sees a scar. And, then there's a little trust. He knows where this guy is coming from.
So, because we learned the origin of the scar this week, that basically all the people that are on this island in this tribe have a brand mark on their chest. Even they shot a little kid who had one as well. And he basically left when he was a little kid. And that's how he knows about these people and their location. And that's how he knows what they're capable of or what they've done in the past. So it's given us a little bit of background of Vane's history, because at some point he ran away and made his own way. It shows about how tough he is.
So I got a question then. We see in the last episode where Vane comes up on the boat and we see Albinus. Because it's totally did Dumbledore. Anyways, on the beach, and there's supposedly an interaction. So was that a hallucination?
It could have
because
been.
This guy just acts like he didn't even know Vane was here.
Right, because in the preview scene when he sailed up to the island, that was never a scene they showed this week. So that could have also been something that they showed. You know what? Actually, that could have happened, and we just didn't see it this week.
Because in a previous episode?
Well, last week, the very end of last week's episode, Vane sails up to this island, and Albinus is sitting on the shore in front of a campfire. So that could have been, because remember in the scene, in this episode, it picks up, he wakes up in the camp. Something could have happened between when he landed on shore to him between the time he woke up in the camp.
Right.
So that's my suggestion or correlation as to what happened. But you're right, Monis. I think that he went to him and he needed to prove something to him. And he starts talking about, these men should join me, should follow me, this is what we have available. And that kind of irritates Albinus because he comes back at Vane and they fight.
Oh, jeez.
But I think in that scene, there's a hot minute where Vane straight up proves himself. You know,
on so many levels for me.
Because, I mean,
Is
Albinus
that on the
is
nose
huge.
or off the nose?
He's huge. I mean, he's a giant of a man. Clearly the reason he's the leader because he's the toughest and the largest and the biggest and the strongest. But Vane thoroughly handles him for a while till he doesn't. But for a little bit he does. So I don't know. I think he proved himself as well. And I think what that's going to come back on is that scene, he proved himself to all the men. Because as we see, he gets buried, but he digs himself out and he kills Albinus at the very end of the episode. Which was a huge, like a great ending to an episode.
Which, that's like, I compared, I was telling you, is like Khaleesi from Game of Thrones getting the unsullied warriors, or all of these warriors for her army. Well, Vane is getting his new army of these tribal warriors.
Right.
But without dragons, he uses a stick and
pierces him and knocks him down.
Oh, yeah.
Which, and like I was saying before, historically, Vane did run New Providence for a while. He comes back and takes it over. So, like, that could be, to me, what they're building up to and where this is going with this army, because that's what he wants. He wants the power and he wants the money, and he wants to prove to everyone else that he has that. And do you think, though, too, is he doing this for Eleanor?
He keeps on having that flashback.
Everything.
But it's more of like talk for himself to get ready.
It's
like,
motivation,
to get riled up.
But I mean, it's still Eleanor's voice every time he's having these flashes and these thoughts.
Could be.
So I mean, and it's no secret that every episode that they've been involved with, the reason that Vane does things is for Eleanor. Repeatedly, he's proven that he is doing things for Eleanor's sake, or for favor from Eleanor, or
somehow directed to her.
Yeah.
Right, because I mean, they had a previous relationship, and clearly he has feelings for her. So, do you think that this is in part of that?
Yeah. I think it could be. I mean, you bring up a good one.
Now, let me ask this, though. If he's taking it over, clearly he's going to have to go through her to get it.
Yeah.
So, what do we think about that?
It's going to be a power fight for the power for sure, but it'll work. I mean, I don't know. It'll work.
Well, you know what? Go on.
Oh, maybe all these men, in due time, maybe in the season finale, will all come back to Eleanor.
Yeah.
I will find out. Go ahead. What?
Real quick before we move on, I just want to say I'm really glad that when Vane came out of the ground, they didn't do that cliche Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle coming up.
You saw the dirt wiggle a little bit.
Yeah, it was like, hello, I'm coming out slowly.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah.
You know, and I was sitting as we were watching the episode, I was like, oh, he's going to get out of the ground. Here it comes.
I'm so glad.
I'm so glad they didn't cliche the hand. But what that does bring me to is that part of the episode where we've talked about pretty much all we have to talk about. And I want to know what you guys think is going to happen next week on the AfterBuzz TV.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I'm going to go with Lem, since you're not making eye contact.
Was it like obvious?
That's a straight teacher move. Like, you don't look at the teacher, because if you look at her, she calls on you. I'm going to look down. Lem, what do you think is going to happen next week on AfterBuzz Black Sails, episode 8, season finale?
Man, this is a good one. I'm just going to say that I think just one, because I know we got to get
one.
Just one.
We're on a time crunch.
Captain Silver and Eleanor are going to do something amazing.
Captain Silver, even.
Yeah.
Whoa, Captain Silver?
No, I'm sorry. Did I say the wrong?
Captain Flint.
Captain Flint, sorry. Captain Flint and Eleanor are going to somehow, that kiss on the forehead is going to make it into something else.
Like a bound chicken. What?
Bound chicken.
Yeah.
Manus,
Possibly.
what's happening next week on episode 8?
All right, while we have the action over the seas, Vane's going to be coming with his new soldiers and seek vengeance on the murder of his crew on Nassau and on New Providence. He's going to seek vengeance. We're going to see some death.
Because in the trailer, you see that there are 3 ships and there's a battle that is ensuing. We're assuming that it is Vane's ship chasing down the other 2 ships that have left going after the Urka. So that has potential to happen. Roya,
2 things real quick. One, I don't want this to happen, but I think Gates is going to die. I think he's in danger for his life, or we're going to be hanging that he's going to be dead or alive. Yeah, I know, right? I love Gates. Second, it's a hope. I want Vane to be naked again. All right, done.
We're hoping for nudity on Starz. Oh, okay. Well, that does it. I'm not going to give my prediction because I already know what's going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll tune in next week to episode 8, where potentially we're going to have in Mark, Ryan, TJ, Scott, and others joining us on the panel here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, tell us where they can find you. Manus.
You can find me at Rest Fiction. That's restaurantfiction.com.
Lem?
You can find me at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at The Poet Saint all day, every day.
Roya.
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at HeyRoya. That's HeyRoya.
And as always, you can find me at RyanHooks92 on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Shout out to Steven in the booth. We'll see you guys next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.